Good morning, traders. Let's quickly dive into the charts to see what could happen for the end of this week. First of all, we got the euro dollar. What we can see in the euro dollar is we got an extended up move from our demand zone. We got two more zones being created. This zone doesn't really do a lot. It's just here because we took out this zone, but it doesn't really mean anything because this is a switch zone and this is a switch zone after switch zone. So for now, this one can be disregarded, but I'm mainly watching this one in here because the up move initiated from this zone. So if we might get a pullback, I will be watching this one. For now, I am bullish on euro dollar, especially if you look at the overall market shift we are seeing on the daily time frame. Is we had our breakout, our initial breakout in here. We created a demand zone. We came back, and now following the market shift, we can easily go back up again. So that's also what I will be watching for the coming period for this month, is for another extended leg up to take out these highs in here, to visit the higher zones in there. So for now, for the euro US dollar, I am watching for some longs. This switch on in here can be taken out. We still have a supply zone in here. So if you might get a pullback before we reach this zone, I'm gonna go for some longs, because for now this zone is in control, right? Like demand's in control. We haven't touched any supply yet, at least not mitigated supply. For now, I am just bullish, watching for some longs. If we might reach until the zone, I'm not gonna take any longs again, because then the market shifts again. But now the market is still bullish, so I am looking for some longs until we reach supply again. That said, moving over to DXY, we can see an inverse euro US dollar. Basically, what we can see is that we had a break, we had a shift of the trend, we have supply zone being created. For now, supply is in control until we reach the lower levels in here. So I am still bearish on the DXY until we touch some demand again below in there. That said, moving over to the GBPUSD dollar. Now, what we can see on GBPUSD dollar is a similar scenario as euro US dollar. We got a demand zone below in here. This one lower in here has already been mitigated, so this is the only fresh one. It also took out this supply zone in here. And this is mainly what I'm watching. I'm watching this zone for some longs. We do have some supply in control right now, so it's not really entirely fresh, but still we might get a long from here if this upper move persists. However, for the GBPUSD dollar, I will be careful, because the GBPUSD dollar can easily just start moving down, right? Like, we haven't really reached until a bigger daily demand level. That one is located in here. So if the DXY might get a pullback, or like a more extensive pullback, then we can easily just break these lows and go until here. But I will be watching this one for now, but I am careful with the GBPUSD dollar. That said, moving to AUDUSD dollar, same zone as yesterday, not really a lot. We have supply right now, but we can reach until this upper zone in here. Usually when you have like a supply zone like this, price reaches the bottom level. So that will be this level, the bottom line of that zone. And either way, it hits this one or the upper level. It usually never sticks in the middle. It always hits like the bottom level or the upper level. So for now, I will be watching this level. We might get some longs, but I don't really prefer trading AUDUSD dollar for now. While we can still get some good trades, it is still a little bit, it doesn't really look clean to me, to be honest. I will be watching this one and this one for now, but I'm not really going to do a lot straight away. Now, that said, moving over to the NZDUSD dollar, what we can see on NZDUSD dollar is similar scenario. We had a break of the trend. We have a demand zone, very good demand zone. We have some demand zone in here being in control. So for now, demand is still in control for the NZDUSD dollar. Not really any supply unless we go up there. Long term, we can easily still take out these highs. So for now, the NZDUSD dollar still looks good. We might get an extended up move from here. So I will be watching this zone for some longs. Now, that said, moving over to gold, and regarding gold, we can also see a similar scenario, of course. We have demand zone in here, still same zones. For now, not really a lot to do. We have some supply in here, but we broke the daily trend line, so I will mainly be watching for another pullback to see if we can reach at least until this zone for now. We might take out the highs first, we might not, but at least I won't be doing anything unless we reach here. Maybe if we break like the lower time frame lows in here, I might take some shorts. So like, let's say go to the 15-minute real quick. Regarding the 15-minute, what we do see right now is if we draw our zone, so we got a high being taken out in here, we have this zone in here being created. Now, if this one gets taken out and we hopefully also take some lows out, we might get in our supply zone. So that will look like this, right? Like, price breaks it, we get in our supply zone, and then we might get another entry that can probably take us back to the daily demand level. So if price makes something like this, I might take another short entry, but that will mainly just be like a day trade, right? For now, price is just bullish. We can take out the earlier highs. So if you guys really want to day trade, yeah, this is a zone on the 15-minute that looks good. It took out the highs in here. Besides that, yeah, we had this one, right? Like we had our, if you draw our trend line, we took out the trend with this one. We had our demand zone in here. Price reached until there. It broke basically the highs. Now it broke these highs with this candle. So this is the only valid zone for me that I would be watching for now. However, I don't really like to trade so high in price right now. It might still get a good trade, but for now I'm just mainly watching to see if we can get a breakdown, so a switch of trend on the lower time frames, or we just reach until these lower levels in here in the daily 4-hour demand zone and take some longs from there. That said, moving over to the pair that finally gave our break of the low, the Bitcoin. Let's quickly grab the right chart. So as you can already see, we had this major breakout. Let's go to the 4-hour. I think that's a little bit easier at the 4-hour. Yeah, I cannot say a lot. Price is bearish. I'm waiting for it to reach until this daily, preferably the weekly demand below in there. For now, we might still get a pullback. So we had these zones in here being taken out. That means is we had the low in here that was broken by this zone. So let's quickly remove the old zone so you can see it a little bit more clear. We have this supply zone in here. Price might reach until there. We might get a short from there. Besides that, we also have our trend line in here, and we have a supply zone all the way up there. Now, if we go to the daily time frame, then we can also get some new zones, right? So what we do see on the daily time frame is we have this low in here being taken out, but the zone is also located a little bit higher. So we got this one, and yeah, price might reach until there. Now regarding the Bitcoin, what it usually also does is it respects the Fibonacci. I don't really trade it a lot, but for this video I will be using it. Now let's go to the weekly time frame. There isn't really a lot, so let's go to the daily. Now if you draw it from the bottom in here until the wick, we can see similar levels. So similar to our supply zone, we got a 0.618 and 0.786 located in this supply zone up there. So let's draw it a little bit better like this. So yeah, for now I will be watching mainly this zone, the daily supply zone in here. We might get a rejection from the 4-hour, but yeah, it's just bearish, looking for shorts until we reach at least until the daily demand. So let's go to the weekly demand. So this is the weekly demand, right? 43, 44k. I'm waiting for price to go there, so it's still a long way to go down, but this is the only demand zone that can push price further up, unless we get a break of the trend, right? Like usually what you want to do is, if you're day trading this, or maybe even investing in this, you want to see price reaching a weekly demand zone if price is bearish on the daily, and then take some longs from that demand zone. Or if we might get a reversal earlier on, that means that we just break the trend. So we got this trend line in here. If this one might be broken and we get another demand zone, then we get another market shift. So we don't really need that weekly demand zone, but either way you want to see one of both, right? Like either way this trend line being broken or this demand zone being reached. Until then, I don't really do a lot. This is basically the zone that I think price can easily be heading the upcoming months. I think it's going to be a really, really slow summer for crypto. So yeah, just be patient. You can get a lot of good investments if you are just patient, just wait until these zones are reached, maybe eventually even lower, who knows. But for now, I'm not really doing a lot. I'm not touching crypto right now. I'm just carefully waiting to see if we can get either way, like another leg up, breaking this trend line or demand zones. Now that said, I'm going to close this video. So I hope you guys have a nice weekend, and I'll see you again on Monday. Ciao.